Hi, and welcome to the call. So, we're on our live call, and welcome. So, this is a new fun adventure for me as well. And what I'm interested in is hearing your questions and what is unclear about this program. So, I'm kind of just first going to say thanks for stepping out of your comfort zone and coming to meet me. So it's a whole new world when this is how we're doing business online, where I can't actually physically touch you, but I can invite you into my home and to hear who I am and why I created this and what my ultimate goal is for this program and for you ultimately. So as I just jump right in, I'm just going to say, so why did I create these programs? So I have struggled in my body, in my life, being about 85 pounds overweight. And I remember the moment of me realizing that I was actually overweight. And it was like I had this picture of myself in my head that I wasn't overweight. That was an illusion, that I actually was still my same like skinny high school girl, outfit wearing girl when I started realizing I was buying jeans that were more than 3 times the size of jeans that I was wearing in high school. It wasn't fazing me. It was like, oh, I'll just go for the baggy look. So I was totally in denial and not willing to look at, wow, I'm actually at a place with my weight that's uncomfortable. Walking upstairs, I'd be out of breath. Bending over to tie my shoes, like my stomach had rolls and they would like cause me to be short of breath. And so having that as well of like, oh my gosh. And then when I was traveling in Europe, I traveled with 3 really good friends, and the guy, so my best friend at the time, her boyfriend, he said to me something about, he either called me fat or he said something that implied I was fat. And I was like, I cannot believe you're calling me that. Like again, it was that moment of realizing like, oh, is he right? And then I just from there like began to go, oh my gosh, I really don't look the way that I think I look. And so it started this whole lifelong, I mean now, it's been about 16 years now. So it took me about 4 or 5 years to really get the handle of like, how do I want to lose weight? So I went through major fad diets. I went through like starving myself and then like secretly like purging and having this whole like dysfunction. And then having this internal realization in myself of, oh, there's a different choice besides starving yourself and being so rule oriented and from this place of utter control. That became really much more emotional, and it allowed me to live from a place of what is actually happening right now versus a story that was created way back when. And through the process, there was a lot of tears. I mean, I get a little teary just thinking about it. But, the letting go and the showing up for myself in a way that was really real and comfortable, and looking at all the things that were scary, and just letting them flow allowed me to also shed the weight. I changed my diet, I changed how I was moving, and I also changed how I was thinking. So this is not a quick fix. If you're looking for a quick fix, you can just kind of shut the video off now. I'm not about a quick fix. I'm about empowering you to lead your own path and to feel what's actually true and right for each one of you. Because I believe, again, it's not just one cookie cutter shape for every single person. We're all a little different, and no one fits into anyone's box. And I want to honor that, and I also want to pull out and help cultivate within you what does make you individual and what does your body say about this. So throughout the whole program, we talk about and give exercises about what I call finding your yes, and finding, what are those things that you're drawn to, and pulling the essence out of those things to feed you in a different way. So I'm just kind of, is this clear? This is why. So, okay, so that in combination with my love of moving my body and teaching people movement. So I taught Pilates for 15 years, and for the past 5 years I've been studying different modalities within our bodies. So different types of yoga, different types of like calisthenics, and diving more deeper into my swimming knowledge, and looking at Qigong, and also studying Franklin method, and reading books by Andre Bernard and Irene Dowd about just the function of our body, how we're designed, how we function from the inside out. And so just kind of falling more and more in love with our bodies. But my point is, these two principles like kind of weave together, within a class. It's like a mindset, and it's like a movement, and it's like a life-changing experience. And the reason I created these for this online format is because I'm a mom. I have many friends who are moms, and many clients as well. And they used to come to me and say, "Oh my gosh, Alissa, I really want to take your class. Looks like so much fun, and I hear great things about it. And I can't find childcare, or I don't want to find childcare, or the time doesn't work for me. I'm going on vacation." So what I did was I created an online program that access to you happens 24/7. So you log on, you work out for as long as you can work out, and then, you go about your life. And so the way embedded within each of the workouts is a way that you can live your life, right? So there's, bits about like what things you're already doing, things you might haven't thought of. Oh, well, I'm doing dishes. I can also be doing this. And it's a whole exercise within itself. So I'm more interested about ways to keep your brain and your system in line with what's actually happening, and to be able to weave in awareness and working out within that. And just kind of looking at what your patterns are, what you're already creating for yourself. And again, how much more can you create a sense of calm within your alive, awake state. And so let's see, the other thing would be some of the questions I get about that are like, well, I don't have a reliable internet connection. Can I still do this? So the way I run my program is there is one video every month that's downloadable, and it's a quickie. So it's a mix of all of the files in that program that you can download. The other ones are changing every 10 days, and they're not downloadable. They're just available for those 10 days, and then it switches so that we're not loading up your file, your hard drive, your brain with what was. You're always going to this is what's now. This is what's happening now. And that's why the cake or the base program is priced like it's priced. Because I feel like that's affordable and totally, totally doable. If you want a little bit more kick, if you want a little bit more push, and a little bit more just accountability to make sure you're doing it, because I'm not gonna lie, the accountability is probably one of the biggest challenges about this program. Is, can you walk your talk? Can you show up when you say you're gonna show up and be there and shine? And can you be witnessed? Can you be seen? And can you see others in the group? And the circle of respect that we create. So I call our little group the circle of respect. I am always so inspired when I look and I see the comments and just the interconnectedness to the group, within the group, as it's happening. It's like, it's so special. So when each one of us is kind of holding ourselves up and holding each other up, there's a unique and divine specialness within, this is a program for women, so it's all women there that are supporting each other in a way that is like really seen and really light. The quote unquote dark side of being a woman is like our pettiness or our holding a grudge and gossiping and secrets like that. And in this circle of respect, it's like each woman is choosing to shine and share from the opposite side of that coin. So the nurturing, respectful, loving, safe space that it's created within, it's like each one of the women flowers more and more, and it's tremendous. So it's a really special, awesome place to be a part of. That accountability circle of respect layer is embedded in the frosting, the second layer, and also the cherry on top layer. So the cherry on top layer is, if you really want to go for this, cherry on top is the way to go. It's the place where I've seen women just totally bash through their stuff, and you get to have a one-on-one interaction with me ongoing. It's like I'm always there for you, going, all right, what are we going to do now? Okay, here's what I feel. What do you feel? Like, we're checking in, and it's like I'm with you. Like, you have two minds, two hearts, two beings on your support team getting you where you want to go. And when you commit to that and you take that on, change happens. And that can be dreadfully scary. And it can be excitingly amazing. So a little bit of all of that is kind of, the flow, that figure eight of the ebb and the flow, riding your edge, kind of a place of like, I'm committed to this, let's go for it. And you can probably feel and hear in my voice, I get pretty excited. So I also want to say, if you haven't tried the workout, get over to alissarae.com and sign up for the free workout. It's totally free. You'll get a free workout, and you can see what my teaching style is like, what it's like to see my videos, how I am on camera, what kind of exercises am I having you do. So again, you kind of have to, I can't do it for you. So you got to get over there, navigate it, try it out, and get back to me and say, oh yeah, I want to do this, or I want to do that. And I'm just delighted to see that kind of growing. I have two questions. So the first question is, let me just read it here. Hey, love your energy, girl. Aw. She says, I just had a baby 6 weeks ago, and now I'm ready to move my body. My fear is I'm worried that I'm just going to create more abdominal splitting. I'm fearful and afraid to do anything, which is not the answer. This might not be a question for the program, but I do have this question and hesitation about joining your programs. Anything you can do would help. Thanks, Lolly. Okay, awesome. Good question. Really good question. So, embedded, again, I feel like I'm using that word a lot, embedded. Within the programs, I do work on the abdominals and your quote core in a different way than I think a lot of people approach it. I hear a lot about creating more rigidity within someone's core. And your muscles need to have flexibility and strength to be able to serve their purpose. So to be able to move and stretch and also hold, all three of those, so isometric is important, also contraction, and also eccentric contraction. So all the different ways a muscle can move, it's important to do that during your workout or during your day to ensure their health and lubrication and function. So when it comes to abdominals, I do this whole piece about your transverse abdominals, which your transverse abdominals are those muscles that wrap all the way around your waist. So it goes from your back all the way around and knits together here at the front of you, all the way around. And so we do some exercises where you're actually going to like work that TA and visualize it knitting back together. And it's a very simple exercise, but we do that exercise to help bring your support all the way around your center. And so sometimes it's like, well, I know that. And even if you know that, that's great. So let's do it together and enjoy ourselves together. Want to? Come on, please. I'd love to have you. So I hope that answered your question. So yeah, embedded within the programs are all sorts of other moves and scientific reasoning of why I'm putting this with that and this with that within the workout. So it's just it's one less thing you have to think about. The other question is, I'm concerned about my cardiovascular health. My mother's sister recently died from heart disease, and I'm totally freaked out that it could be in my genetics and my son's. Any suggestions, or do you have any ways that you use to combat this within these programs? What I say about this is a great question. There's a couple really good books that I like. One of them is called Making Waves. I'm sorry, at the moment I don't know who the author is, but it's a book called Making Waves, and there's some other really good heart books out there. And one of the points that I take away from that information is when, you've heard about people who are like marathon runners or extreme athletes and they have heart attacks. So it's like they're really good at getting their heart rate up and keeping it up, and their heart functions just fine when it's in that range. And then there's that place of recovery when the heart is coming back down to a resting or regular place, that's where the problem or the heart attack is happening. Like the heart can't adjust from being up high to down low. So a lot of the cardio components and some of the moves within just like the regular sculpting portion, there is a bit of a flare up for your heart. So it's kind of like, I usually tend to frame them as like a burst. And the idea behind it, the science behind it, is that getting your heart rate up to a really fast, quick up, letting it function up there for a while, and then training it to come back down and recover fully. So very often we'll go to the gym, or we'll go work out, or we'll go run, and we'll just stay at that high level, maybe get a little higher, but stay high, and then at the very end come down. What I'm saying is kind of go up, maybe do a little stuff right here, then go up a little higher and do some stuff up here, and then come all the way back down to rest. So it sometimes can be counterintuitive, because when you get moving and going, you're like, I don't want to stop. I want to just keep going. And I'm coming from a mindset of training your heart, coming from a heart health sort of a place. So that's the reason I do that. And there's a bit about the science behind it, and you can go ahead and also look that up and see what kind of goodies you find there. Okay, so I am going to wrap this video up. If there's anyone on the line that wants to stay and just keep chatting with me, that's fine too. But for the video, I'm going to wrap that up. I'm always available for questions. You can always post questions at alissarae.com. You can email me. You can go to Facebook and A. Rae Body Conditioning. I'll put it in the comments below this video, but you can go there and post it on my wall. What's a question for me? You can ask me through social media. You can reach me directly through the website, alissarae.com. My intention with this entire program is when a woman feels her power, her true power, in a way of just allowing, light shining purely through her, there's a way. My intention with these programs is just to remind people underneath and behind all of those like inner roommate voices, those resistor voices that are really good at telling you you're not doing it right, you don't have it all figured out. Behind those voices and deep within you is the truth of who you are, and is the essence of who you are. And I believe that your essence deserves to be seen and felt and shared. And it starts from within you. And this is the way that I have created to help draw that out of people. And it involves moving, it involves what you're putting into your body, and it involves how you're thinking about your body and how you're expressing yourself. And I love the work. I love seeing the beauty that becomes alive. So within it all, within the anger, within the fear, within the joy, within the transformation, there's that sense of just beauty, of feeling like I am a human. And living from that place of real, it's hard work being a human and really deciding to show up and be here as you go through. And I'm in full support of that. And my intention is to see you shine, and to make you, not to make you, to help you to see that the person, the woman that you want to become is possible. Okay. I'll see you soon.